All right, my beautiful friends, it is still Tuesday, April 23rd, 2019. How many of you would be surprised to find out that today was a record setter for the stock market? Both the NASDAQ and the S&P 500, new record highs. The Dow Jones Industrial Average did pretty good too. Before I move forward, for you lions out here, get your eyeballs on the Russell 2000, ticker IWM. As we all know, the Russell 2000, the small caps, the companies based here in the United States have not done well. They've been a huge laggard in this market. All this propping up of the debt market is not helping, or has not, at least till now, helped the small caps. I really and sincerely believe this is about to change. A lot of buying here with regard to the Russell 2000 today. Now, one day does not make a trend. And I am pretty certain here, and I am sure you are too, there is no way that this market is going to be allowed to fall. I mean, look, the miracle occurred all throughout the day. Simultaneous rallies, bond market rally and the stock market rally. Now, for those who don't understand the bond market, and I had a lot of comments and questions from my video today, but what do you mean, Greg? Yields are dropping. Exactly. When cash goes into the bond market, yields drop. When there is a rally in the bond market, yields drop. They become suppressed. So it literally forces a risk-on environment. Cash moves into stocks. It could not be more simple to understand than that. Now, cryptocurrencies did very well. They have been, as a matter of fact, look, when Bitcoin hit 3,500, almost 3,600, I said I was bullish on it once again. Look at it now. Well over 5,000. I don't follow this stuff anymore. I don't own any Bitcoin right now, but look, it's just so simple to understand. It's part of this rigged game that we are in. Now, look, what I want to do with this video is put a little light, or a lot of light, on how blatantly in our face the rigging of the gold and silver market is. And I'm going to put this into the most simple way that I can think about. I've spoken about this before in the past, probably on Greg Hunter's show several times, but most of you know that today, just use today as an example, I closed my entire position on Apple. Did good. You all know that I am an equity derivatives trader. That means I buy and sell options. Okay? Now, how does it work? Let me outline that for you, and then we're going to talk about gold and silver. And I really want you to pay attention to this if you don't understand how this scheme is set up, because that's what it is. It's a scheme. With regard to Apple, an option is a derivative. That means it derives value from the underlying asset. In this case, we're talking about Apple stock. So, if Apple stock goes higher, that's the underlying asset, Apple stock, the derivative will move higher in value. You understand? Conversely, if Apple stock, the stock itself, were to move lower, the derivative would lose value. You got it? So, very simply, a derivative is supposed to derive value from an underlying asset. You understand? Now, let's talk about gold and silver here. I posted this earlier today. In the history of man, in the history of mankind, there has never been two assets that are more rigged than physical gold and silver price action via the derivative than any other two assets on the planet, bar none. So I explained to you that with regard to Apple, just using Apple as an example, it could have been Microsoft, it could be an entire index, it could be whatever. The derivative derives value from the underlying asset and therefore sets the price action. This is not the way it works with physical gold and physical silver. Physical gold and physical silver would be the underlying asset that the derivative, the paper derivative market, should derive value from. Does that make sense? Sure it does, because you have a few functioning brain cells. But in this environment, it's the paper derivative market that sets the price for the hard asset. Yeah, you heard right. The paper derivative market for gold and silver sets the price for the hard asset. It's completely upside down. This should make absolute sense to you. And this is the mechanism that is used to rig it. The paper market is not real. It's not on the elemental chart. It's just fantasy. They make up numbers. They do what they want. People, entities, institutions can dump huge amount of paper onto the market, thus forcing the price of the hard asset down. This is how the rigging is done, in case you don't know. I know that a lot of you traders out here get it, but for the most part, I think the people that follow this blog are not traders. But they come here to learn how this twisted game works. And I hope this put a little light on how it works so you can understand it. And if you believe that people need to hear about this, I'm going to urge you yet again, please share this video. Let people understand how twisted this is. Never before have we seen this. This is an incredible thing. The paper derivative market for gold and silver should not even exist. It's an unbelievable thing, but it's used as a tool to rig the entire market. It's unbelievable. It really is. But you could look at this from two perspectives. One is it's an incredible thing, how they're able to pull this off. Two, use these as a buying opportunity, because I can promise you there is going to be a time where all of this corrects to fair value. They cannot continue to rig these markets every way and there not be a bad outcome. I mean, look at today alone in the stock market. A rally in the debt market, a rally in the stock market. The rally in the debt market is what pushed stocks today, the NASDAQ and the S&P, to new record highs. If there were no rally in the debt market today, stocks would not have closed at record highs. It's an unbelievable thing. I don't know another way to put it. You know, let me just say this. I was sitting with a bunch of educated people several days ago, and I was talking about the markets and how they work. A couple of the guys at my table were well off, but they had no idea at all of how the markets work. And I'm just spewing this stuff out of my mouth, and they're looking at me dumbfounded, literally with their mouths hanging open. They're like, unbelievable. But it is. It's unbelievable. This is hidden. People are not supposed to know this stuff. That's why you're not taught this stuff. You think you can find the stuff I'm telling you. Do you think you learn this in business school? No, you don't. This is not even taught in business school. Anyway, with that said, look, I think this video has been important. If you would agree, please share it. Please get it out there. Let this stuff go as far and wide as it'll possibly go. I don't know what difference it's going to make. Maybe it won't matter at all. But maybe it will. You know, who's to know what the fallout will be? Maybe the right person will hear it. Maybe the president will hear it. And maybe he'll do something about it. No. He will not do anything about it at all whatsoever, because it would screw up the rigged game, the charade that he is involved in with the Federal Reserve, propping this all up, talking about rate cuts, talking about more quantitative easing, more money printing, more dollar dilution, and metals are going to get hammered. He will not allow this to happen. It won't happen. He had every opportunity to fix this, and I've covered this before, to the point of nauseum in my view. And then What we need is to fix the way the system works. It's not a matter of like some candidates now are saying, oh, what we're going to do is we're going to take debt from these people and pay it off with these people with the net. The net it's a net zero. You understand? To fix the issue, we got to fix the debt-based economic model. President Trump has been handed this on a gold platter, literally. What has he done about it? A double zero. Okay, because he wants the Fed to keep playing the game. And there are going to be some that are going to still tell you, because they are so deluded by the very nice people on some YouTube channels here that are trying to mislead them to the nth and highest degree. And believe me, these people, some of them, they're getting paid to push the propaganda. Me, I wouldn't take $10 million. I wouldn't take any amount of money to come out here and lie to you. I don't need the money. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. But some people are doing this, and I want you to be aware of it. With that said, before I go off the deep end, because I could right now, I'm going to end this video. With love from me to you. See you in the morning.